Bulldogs here today, but she loves what this day represents, a chance for the community to come together, celebrate women's basketball, and get excited about the product they're building here at SMU.
Bree, thanks so much. I want to know who's putting a chainsaw next to their ear. That sounds counterproductive. Paulina Barris pulls the first trigger for SMU. She's a transfer from Arizona, where Adia Barnes was the longtime head coach, bringing them to the national title game back in 2021. For Grambling, here's their starting five, almost entirely new, as you mentioned: Sanyah Nunn, Dushan Queen, Zaria Johnson, Deborah Redmond, and Monica Marsh. They want to get shots off within 7 seconds, but so far SMU doing a great job defensively. Kyla Deck picks the pocket of Queen, and SMU has that first steal of the season. The SMU starting five: King, Deck, and Paris are the guards. Brown and Hull are the forwards. Out of the corner, Deck lofts and hits. Kyla Deck gets on the board first as an SMU Mustang. Let's take a look at our keys to the game. Austin, what are we looking for today?
Well, for Grambling, Coach Simmons told us, like you just said, they want to get up 100 shots. That might sound crazy, but that is their goal. Their other goal is also to reach the SWAC Conference Championship game. To do that, they have to lay the foundation, and that starts today. And then for SMU, they play a pro style of basketball. They want to mimic that in the way they're playing fast, up-tempo. Rebounding is also another key for them, especially early on in this season. That's been a focus Coach Barnes thinks they could improve on.
Well, when you look at it, they're an undersized team, number one. Number two, Grambling's a great test because they're going to throw up a ton of shots. They led the nation in offensive rebounding, well, simply because they missed a lot of shots last year, but there are going to be a lot of opportunities to grab defensive rebounds today.
It's a great test for them to box out, rebound, pull down the basketball, and just see if you can translate that, what you've been working on all summer, now to the game one.
Deck makes the extra pass and hits Grace Hall for two. SMU up 5-0 early, about a minute and a half in. Grambling State, they've had trouble on this end of the floor. The miss to the hole by Nunn, and SMU with a rebound. Paris head up all the way. Paulina Paris, nobody stops ball. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by SMU.
SMU doing a great job defensively. That's something to implement easier. But offensively also, they have done a great job passing the ball, sharing it. They're building that chemistry. This is a completely new team, but you can tell they've worked together all summer. They're finding each other in those right spots.
They have played 2 exhibition games. Cal State LA last time out, a convincing victory. Then West Texas A&M about a week and a half ago. Active hands by Kyla Deck, and that's what she's known for. She's made 166 steals in her career between SFA and UNT, as Grambling makes a couple subs early on. Wide open look out of the corner for Bartholomew, Aaliyah Bartholomew, the transfer out of Delaware. Long rebound means a breakout and a hack. As SMU went to the hole, Deborah Redmond called for the foul, and Zara King gets out in transition and earns the foul shots.
A great job just pushing the ball. 3 SMU players could have had a layup right there. Everyone running the floor, trying to get up the court quickly. And because of it, now you put yourself at the free throw line.
So Zara King earning a start. She's just a sophomore, spent a season at Cal, where she played 19 games. Did not start any last year. Averaged about 3 points per game, but she was a top 100 player according to ESPN, coming out of Westtown School in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think she's the total package. She can do a little bit of everything. She's a lefty. You saw her there with the free throw, shooting it with her left hand, but I think she's going to be a dynamic player for SMU this season.
No subs yet for SMU. They like the start, up 7-0, getting after it defensively, and we've got a foul inside with Jamerica Robertson trying to get free of the much smaller Kyla Deck and committing the foul. Courtney Simmons, the head coach of the Grambling Tigers, treating these non-conference games, especially these games where they have to go on the road against opponents from power conferences, as a proving ground, as glorified scrimmages, she said, because really the proof's in the pudding, and the pudding is all about SWAC play.
Right, they're just trying to get better. It's game one. There's so much to learn. You want to create those good habits, and you create them in games early on in this season. You're not going to make it to the championship game before game 1 or after game 1. And so this is just about getting better as a team, creating opportunities where you feel good about yourself, and you can build on that for when you get into conference play.
Quick pass into Hull, and she's able to execute. What a start for SMU, 3 of 5 from the floor, up 9-0.
And Grambling just can't even turn the corner. They're trying to get to the paint. A good job there being aggressive, trying to get downhill, but credit to SMU's defense right now. They're swarming. They're pushing them out on the perimeter, making it really difficult to get into the lane.
Paulina Paris picks up this foul.
Yeah, nice job there by SMU. They just continue to find each other. And Coach Barnes was like, honestly, I think our defense will be easier to learn than the offense because we're not doing a bunch of set plays. We're not just going and implementing a bunch of, this is what you do, you pass here, you cut here. It's reading, it's passing, it's cutting, it's seeing how the defense is playing. And so it's a lot of just on the fly figuring things out. And so far, early in the game, SMU has been able to figure those things out.
Monica Marsh playing close to home. She's from Plano, about 20 minutes to our north. Knocks down both free throws. The transfer from Trinity Valley Community College in East Texas. 3 minutes in, SMU up 9-2. The Mustangs go into the bench for the first time and bring in Miriam Ibizim, a transfer from Oakland. Really the only true 5 on this Mustangs roster, I think, when you look at it.
I think they're going to play a lot of 4 in, 1 out, use that post even at the high post to pass, to cut. And so a lot of positionless players, they're interchangeable. They can move all over the floor, and that's what's going to make this team that pro style that we've talked about that Coach Barnes likes.
Late in the shot clock, Paris attacks, blocked inside, but it falls right to Miriam Ibizim. Welcome to the scorecard in a Mustang uniform. Bartholomew made the solid block, but Ibizim was there for the offensive rebound. Speaking of, Grambling has one. Lofting from the corner, back rim for Monica Marsh. Long rebound, and as Deck tries to break out. Another early foul on Grambling. This one goes against Aaliyah Bartholomew.
Yeah, Grambling just a little wild and out of control right now. They just need to settle in. We talked about those early game jitters. And credit to SMU, they're hounding you defensively, but you got to settle in and just try to get some good looks, and you can't turn the ball over.
Adia Barnes teams over the years have been top 25 in the nation in amount of times turnover per opponent possession. They're really good at turning over opponents, and Grambling was last year as well. And Sanyah Nunn picks up the turnover, takes it to the cup, misses inside. It's going to stay with Grambling. But for SMU, it's not that they do it out of a full court press or a lot of trapping. It's simply great fundamental defense.
Fire really helped the chemistry and trust that you're going to hopefully see on this floor this season. But Austin and John, I mean, we've seen this team chemistry already with some beautiful passes and reads out there the first few minutes of this game.
And that is a rare turnover. You're exactly right, Bree. And I want to know who was strumming on the guitar around the campfire. Was it Adia? Was it Salvo? I'm not sure who it was, but Adia Barnes, you know, it's got to be weird for her, you know, that feeling being on a different sideline after so many years at Arizona, not only as a coach, but as a player. But I know she's excited as well.
I think she's really excited, and she talked about how she passed up on some good players when she came here, when she was looking at recruiting and putting this roster together, because she wanted the right fit. She wanted them all to mold together, and doing those team bonding activities, that's how they create that chemistry that we see on the floor. But you love that yes, it's a completely new team, but it's a lot of veterans. They do have experience. It's just not that experience playing together.
Three-pointer out of the corner, and yes, there is ice in the veins of Zara King, hitting her first 3 in an SMU uniform.
Grambling's got to do a better job of getting back quickly. SMU showing that they want to push the ball. They're getting points off turnovers. They got to get back and not let them get those easy looks.
But a long rebound, and Thompson tracks it down. The transfer out of Ole Miss. She's back close to home. Ibizim called for the foul, a little bit out of control as she rolled her way into Preem.
Out of control, but I like that she was cutting right to the basket. She was calling for the ball. Right idea. You just have to recognize where the defender is, and you can't bump into them like that.
Miriam Abezium out of Rochester, New York. One of the true front court presences for SMU. And speaking of, here's another one. Yelizaveta Filchagina out of Moscow on for the first time. The true freshman gets a chance on the floor for SMU as the Mustangs continue to turn through the bench. They've got 10 players available for today's season opener. Around the corner, a little drop shot from just inside the free throw line for Marsh. Offensive board by Robertson. Exactly what Grambling wants, but they can't connect. Green gets back defensively.
Yeah, you're talking about that offensive rebound. Coach said that their mindset is even if it's a miss, it could be someone else's offensive rebound and make. So that is their mindset. They want to get up shots fast, try to get those offensive rebounds and see if they can get a putback.
SMU dominating in every sense. Grambling 0 for 10 from the floor. Their only points from the free throw line. There's a good look at the motion offense for SMU. The pro style, the high screen, spacing on the floor. Harrell gives it up. A desperation three, way over the top by Thompson. Well, one of the poorer offensive possessions so far for SMU. Still, the Mustangs shooting 60% from the floor. That's their first miss from deep. Green, the point guard, trying to pass cross post, and it's kicked away. Grambling will have 20 on the shot clock. Courtney Simmons, what a joy to talk to in her third season as the head coach of the Tigers.
Yeah, she was awesome. Gave us some great insight. Really encouraging what they did last year, trying to build off that momentum. They're a contender in the SWAC conference, and they're just looking to build off what they've done in her first 2 seasons.
And they definitely have an identity. There's a foul in the corner. As you mentioned, they want to get over 100 shots up. They want to try to score 120 a game, and they do it by looking at 5-minute segments. They're trying to put up 15 per 5-minute segment, and obviously, some days that's going to be easier than other days, but they have a plan of attack, and Courtney Simmons is dedicated to it. There's the first bucket by Sanyah Johnson of the season. The senior out of Houston is on the board.
A nice call up there, inbounds plays. Coach knows who she wants to get the ball to. They're desperately needing a bucket, and they turn to Johnson, and she knocks it down.
Good veteran play by Paulina Paris. She was trapped up against the midcourt stripe in the sideline, turned to call the timeout.
6 returners, and she said that's probably the most in the entire conference. So that says something about what Coach Simmons is building at Grambling. These players come there, they like it, and they want to stay, because a lot of times in the SWAC conference, those players are going to a different school within the same conference the next year. So credit to Coach Simmons and what she's built.
A couple players like that on the Grambling roster. And that is a hand check foul as Paris turned the corner, a foul that Grambling had to give, the 4th team foul here in the opening quarter, with SMU all over Grambling in a season opener 16-4. Mustangs will ramp up the competition with a team that's always on the cusp of the top 25 coming up on Saturday. They take on Jeff Mitty's Kansas State Wildcats on a Saturday. Stepping out of bounds, Ayanna Thompson, give it back to Grambling. Not a bunch of cupcakes early this season for the SMU Mustangs. They've got a pretty good schedule out in front of them, a challenging one for Adia Barnes' first season.
Yeah, some early tests for sure for SMU, and especially with the new team, they're still trying to figure out themselves, and they're having to go and play against a team like Kansas State or these teams in the Big 12 that have that identity that year in, year out, you know what you're going to get. So a challenge, but great opportunity for SMU coming up in this non-conference schedule.
Certainly, Coach Barnes, coach that's not going to shy away from competition. She never did while she was at Arizona. She's not going to here at SMU either. They'll be part of the ACC SEC Challenge, hosting a new-look Arkansas team under Kelsey Music, formerly of Oral Roberts, in December. It's part of that non-conference competition. And this will be a foul against Thompson, called for pushing off. She used that left arm bar as she was trying to turn the corner.
Yeah, and it was just the extension right there. You can initiate the contact, but when her forearm goes forward just a little bit right here, and then she pulls her back right there, you're going to get called. Yeah, that's an offensive foul, but you like the aggressiveness looking to get to the basket.
A good veteran job by Dushan Preen in her 6th year of collegiate competition to sell that. Make sure the officials saw it as well. Veteran officiating crew here for this morning start in Dallas. Carla Fountain, Jeff Wooten, Timothy Resch. Out front, Bartholomew. Transfer from Delaware on the pick and roll. Took an extra step. Little mistiming between she and Nunn there.
And Grambling, you want to get a shot off every possession. If your goal is to get 100 shots a game, you cannot afford to have a possession where you turn it over and you don't even get an opportunity to try to score with a look at the basket.
Meanwhile, SMU recently has been struggling with turnovers as well. What would you like to see from the Mustangs offense?
I think just slow down. You saw Paulina Paris a second ago talking with the teammates after that miscommunication on the pass and just trying to still figure out what they're doing, where they're going. And so it's going to take time. Coach Barnes said, I know it's probably not going to be pretty today, but that's okay. I want to see what we know. I want to see where we need to improve. And I think taking care of the ball is definitely something that you expected in game 1.
And that time, another turnover, this time a 3-second violation. That inbound pass, Deck has another steal. Brown tries the power dribble, stripped away by Nunn. Tigers trying to get out and run. Johnson ahead of the pack, hits plus the foul on Paris.
A nice look up the floor there, just one dribble, not much dribbling and more passing, and Grambling gets up the floor. A couple dribbles, keep your head up, see the teammate, pass it ahead, a nice little pump fake there. Opportunity for an and one.
And for Zaria Johnson, she also gets SMU's point guard in this game, Paulina Paris, in foul trouble. That's her second. And so SMU without really another true ball handler, it's going to be challenging here, at least until the half, to play without Paulina Paris.
Yeah, Paulina Paris, one of the only players that understands what Coach Barnes likes, coming with her, and so she's an extension of the coaching staff on the court, so having her sit now for the rest of the half will be tough for SMU. An opportunity now to see who else can step up and try to navigate and orchestrate the offense.
Looks like it's going to be Zara King, and they love King's handles. Grambling sensing the blood in the water, coming with the trap. Nice kick to the corner, Lilting 3. Bumps off the rim for Harriel, but she shot it really well from outside last season for Stanford. 43% from deep. Nunn out of control. Harriel has the steal, and she'll earn foul shots on the 15th foul on Grambling in the first quarter. Claire Simmons picks it up.
A little too much dribbling, trying to do it all on your own. A nice job there by SMU. The defense collapsed. You have your arms out, your active hands. You're able to tip the ball and secure the turnover.
Arizona as a team last season under Adia Barnes. Very good in stealing the ball, 10 steals a game. SMU already with 4 in the first quarter of this matchup.
And Coach said that probably wasn't one of her best defensive teams. She's like, I honestly don't know how we ended up having that many steals a game, but that's just part of the identity that even when it's not your best defensive team, they're still going to find ways to create turnovers.
And she's also said that, hey, when we're good defensively, that leads to our offense as well. They're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, and there's a big correlation with a lot of teams. The defense creates opportunities for the offense. If you get stops, you can push it up the floor quickly. You can get some open looks. So that's very common for a lot of teams. But Coach said our team is a better offensive team than defense probably compared to some of her past teams.
Harriel looking for the incredible spin move assist, but it is an offensive foul on Zara King underneath. Look at this.
Yeah, that would have been a great highlight. What a move, showing the handles, trying to get another spin move there from King.
I love how Dushan Breen has been everywhere defensively, though, for Grambling State. That's at least the second turnover that she's created due to an offensive foul on the Mustangs here in the quarter.
Well, Preen sets the tone for Grambling, one of the main players back from last season in minutes and scoring, but defensively is really where she gets after it. She's the catalyst on both ends.
Green skipping it to the hole and laying it in for her first 2 of the season. She averaged about 8 points a game last season for Grambling. Grambling continuing to maneuver back into this matchup, and this screen is going to be called illegal on Grace Hall. And Preen comes up hobbling as she takes another offensive foul.
Yeah, that's Preen again in the mix of things, fighting over the screen, not settling to go under, and because of that, she draws the foul.
SMU over the limit, but of course that is an offensive foul, so no free throws coming out of it. Game clock to shot clock difference is 2 here in the first quarter. Bartholomew given the left hand. She obliges, but has it stripped away by King. Long lead pass over the shoulder, catch by Deck, and she'll head to the hole for 2. Kyla Deck looking to the heavens like Willie Mays to bring it in.
A nice job there by SMU. They have 11 points off turnovers. They create one here. They don't initially get the basket, but you love the way that they just continue to push the ball up the floor.
Foul goes against Monica Marsh. That is her first. Kyla Deck, over the course of her career, has been very good at getting to the free throw line. In her career, 63% at the line. That goes up a little bit. She might average 12, 15 points in her senior season.
I think that's very realistic, especially with the style that they play offensively here at SMU. I mean, Coach Barnes just really raved about Deck and why she fits in so great. She's super excited to have someone like her and have the opportunity to coach Deck.
One of the players that went to ACC Media Day with Adia Barnes to represent the program. Final possession of the first quarter for Grambling. The shot clock off. SMU by 11. Bartholomew trying to shield it away from the tough Kyla Deck. Only 6 to shoot. Bartholomew hasn't given it up yet. Picks up her dribble, lofts it out front. Marsh gets a shot off on the run. Off to the right and no good as Grambling shoots under 20% in the opening quarter. The Adia Barnes defense side. Grambling also turned it over 9 times in the opening quarter. Big difference is the shooting percentage. SMU at 55%, Grambling at 19% as we head to the second quarter. Along with Austin Ivan and Brianna Sorensen, I'm John Little in a season opener from Moody Coliseum in Dallas. Nice job to let the skies clear by Sanyah Johnson, who has all the points from the field for Grambling.
Yeah, she's done a nice job. She has those open looks around the basket, and she's converting. That's what Grambling, you're talking about, their shooting percentage just 23%. They're taking difficult shots, but Johnson right there has got a couple easy looks, and she's been able to knock them down. Speaking
of an easy look, that's a good look from the corner, but Thompson a little bit hard off the heel. Grambling started 0 for 10, so they're 4 of their last 7. Ebizem with a emphatic two-handed block on Bartholomew as she heads to the hole.
Oh, that's exactly what she coached them. Straight up, hands extended, time it perfectly, swat the ball away, a nice defensive block right there.
First block by the Mustangs. Grambling cutting back into it after trailing big early. Harriel with a block herself, rebound knocked around, and Ebizem playing inspired basketball tracks down the board. Trapped. Looking to get it away, and it is a jump ball. Possession arrow favors SMU. Miriam Ebizem playing like her hair's on fire for Adia Barnes early on. That's what Barnes is looking for, that next level effort. She wants 40 minutes from her team, and with the shot clock not resetting and the backcourt clock on, SMU not able to get across the midcourt stripe in time. Timothy Resch was right on it. That's a 10-second violation.
Yeah, that word that Coach Barnes used was passion, toughness, grittiness. Everything else will fall into place if you play with those 3 words on a regular basis.
Three-pointer by Marsh. It goes begging. Rebound on the baseline, knocked out, last touched by King. Another chance for the Tigers. Grambling as a team only shot 27% from beyond the arc. shooting percentages last season really took a dip. Tigers going in the recruiting trail looking for shooters, as everybody does in college basketball. What else is new?
Grambling looked for Johnson the last inbounds play. See who they go to this time. Not Johnson. Kind of set back up, but...
Bartholomew tries to step back. Tracks down her own board. Lead-in shot doesn't go. Johnson is there on the pogo stick, can't reset it, and on the offensive rebound, Robertson gets a chance at the line.
Multiple looks right there for Grambling, crashing the boards. SMU, you got to block out. Rebounding was one of the keys. They cannot allow Grambling to get that second and third chance look, because eventually they're either going to score or get fouled.
And again, Grambling led the nation in offensive rebounds last season, about 18 a game. Plus, they got to the free throw line a ton, too. 23 free throw attempts a contest. That was 5th in Division I a season ago. Jamerica Robertson, a player that Courtney Simmons was familiar with in her time at Troy, where she was an assistant coach there and a recruiting coordinator for 10 seasons. Robertson goes 1 of 2. One of a couple substitutions here as Dushan Green is back in, the key cog at the point guard spot for Grambling. Again, SMU playing without a true point guard, and it is showing as Kyla Deck gets sandwiched in the backcourt.
Yeah, Grambling playing with that more pressure. They've turned it up a couple notches since the first few minutes of the game, and it's affected the way SMU has been able to handle the ball, and they've struggled a little bit more trying to get it into their offensive sets.
Deck to the glass, can't hit it with the right hand, but the offensive rebound by Hall. Sticks it outside, Zara King. She has been hot early on and already in double figures as she kisses it home on the 3. Deck has the steal on the inbound, and it's a quick 5-0 run for SMU. Thompson takes it away. Thompson bullying her way to the basket. It's a blocking foul.
Some chaos right there by SMU, creating multiple turnovers. A nice three-point shot right there, and immediately after, another turnover. I mean, that is a quick 5 points in what, less than 10 seconds right there for the Mustangs.
A quick spurt, and then Thompson gets fouled as well. He can make it 7 points in about 10 seconds here if Thompson nails both. Shows how active and really aware Kyla Deck is of being in the right spot defensively. It's not all about your hands, is it? It's also positional.
Yeah, I mean, and being a smart basketball player, you have that IQ, and that's something Coach Barnes was like, I don't know how she didn't have better defensive numbers at North Texas, because her body, her length, but just the mentality that comes with it as well. She has the full package, and so Coach Barnes really unlocking that defensive just pressure of what Kyla Deck can do.
Yeah, Deck's going to have a big year. There's no doubt about it. 0 for their last 8 for Grambling, but an offensive rebound handoff to Robertson. She misses. Thompson the rebound, shoving inside. It's a 3-on-2. Long pass out to Deck, catch and shoot in transition. Bangs it down. Make it a 10-0 run for SMU. Timeout Grambling.
Yeah, Kyla Deck getting in a groove right now, up to 10 points. She's knocked down 3 big shots. It's a team that they're going to let it fly, and Zara King is a part of that. She's knocked down 2 big three-pointers.
Coach Barnes not used to having teams that are so reliant on the 3, but also so capable from 3 as well. Johnson behind the screen, can't hit on the triple. That's 0 for the last 10 for Grambling, but that's their 13th offensive rebound already. Kyla Deck nearly strips Green. Green gets it back. Shot clock didn't reset. Johnson triggers the tray over the top. Another rebound by Zara King, and she continues to perform. Sets up Deck. 3-pointer comes up a little short. Offensive rebound. Stick back is in for Grace Hall.
Yeah, we've talked so much about the offensive rebounds for Grambling. They're up to 13. SMU has just 3 now in this game, but here's a big one, and you can see what happens. You get the offensive rebound. You get an easy look right there at the basket. A nice job crashing the boards right there by Hall.
First foul for Jamerica Robertson. Grace Hall, one of the players transferring in that has experience not only at one Power 4 school, but 2 Power 4 schools, as she started her career at LSU. And after a season where she didn't play at Wabash, she played at Penn State the last 2 seasons and was very productive, about 6 points, 3 rebounds a game.
You always think about the challenges for these players coming into a new system, learning a new coach, but there's a lot of benefits as well. You get to learn different styles. You're in different conferences, and so Hall is being able to apply what she's taken from the past 2 schools and use it here at SMU.
And it's the new era of college basketball.
It absolutely is.
You've got to be adaptable, and that goes as Redmond hits for both the players and the coaches, I think, as well.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Barnes, her team last year, it was more forwards, it was more bigger players. This year, she recruited dynamic guards because she knew the style of the conference, she knew what this team needed, and so you have to adapt just like the players do.
She also said, hey, the cost of doing business in the post these days, it's really, really steep right now. And so I'd rather get players that can play, maybe they're not true 5s, but players that can play than just pay somebody because they're 6'6".
Yeah, and I think that will work in this conference, in this league. You have those players. She likes the length. They might not be tall in height, but they have good wingspans. They're athletic. They can move their feet, and they can create some pressure on the perimeter and make that interior defense not as noticeable that you don't have that size.
See, Paulina Paris is back on the floor for SMU, and she was trying to evade contact there, but a great job. Veteran move by Preen to go right after Paris, who already had 2 fouls. Now she has 3.
Yeah, Preen's a smart player. We saw her force those opportunities to draw some fouls. Once again, she's doing it.
Pardon me, it was Monica Marsh. My apologies.
Oh, you're good.
About the same size.
About the same size, same goal, try to get downhill, draw a foul, being smart, realizing if someone has a couple fouls, try to pick up their 3rd, and that's exactly what Marsh did.
So Marsh from just down the road. Always fun to play in front of your hometown crowd. Marsh said she'd have everybody here. And, you know, the thing that Courtney Simmons loves about Monica Marsh is not just that she's a good player, but she's a workhorse. She's vocal, she's got a motor, she's got intangibles to her game.
Yeah, Coach wasn't sure she was going to get her. Grambling was her last option of when she went on her recruiting visits, and she had that instant connection with Coach Simmons. She decided to go to Grambling, and so it's been a great relationship that they have, but Coach was a little worried at first. She didn't know if she was going to be able to pull Monica Marsh.
You know what she pulled as Thompson's out of bounds? She pulled the birthday card.
Yes.
Because Monica Marsh has her birthday coming up on Thursday, and she said, you know what? We can spend your birthday in your hometown, in DFW. I'm going to schedule a couple games.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what she did.
A great recruiting pitch right there. Hey, we have a couple games in the DFW area around your birthday. Your family will be able to come. I know you don't get to see them a lot during basketball season, so this is a perfect opportunity. And Monica Marsh, she liked that idea.
Daria Johnson's coming out party. Preen pops it down. Hall with the rebound, immediately gets out in transition. Ariel moving the offense. Hall hits from outside. Grace Hall. Everybody can shoot the 3 for SMU. She's the 2nd player in double figures. Preen, that's a tough catch for Robertson, but she's able to handle it. SMU now hitting 5 of their last 7 shots. Quick hands by Deck. It's going to stay here.
Grambling's in a zone defense right here, so a nice job. You quickly pass the ball. You find that dead space right there, the top of the key. A little miscommunication on what defender goes out and defends it, and Hall has an opportunity for another 3-pointer.
And look at that stark contrast. 5 of 10 from 3 for SMU, 0 of 11 for Grambling. Another takeaway by Kyla Deck. She's been the defensive star. SMU now has 2 double-figure scores in Grace Hall and Zara King. Tend to shoot it for SMU. Hall thought about the 3. Drives into Robertson, kicks it out. Harry will catch and shoot from the wing, over the top. Brown, the long athletic rebound, the twist, and lays it in. I think SMU fans are really going to like Sanyah Brown, an all-conference performer in her time at UT Martin.
Yeah, another veteran player that has some experience from a different school coming here and showing that she can make an instant impact.
Johnson trying to find the range from 3, and on the rebound, loose ball foul is called against Grambling here. Tiger foul number 4. And so they're out of team fouls here in the second quarter. Might be seeing these line changes. One thing Courtney Simmons says, I don't recruit anybody that isn't going to play. I mean, if they're healthy, they are going to play.
If they are available, if they have their sneakers on, they have a jersey, they're going to get in the game. We've seen 11 players already for Grambling today. Coach Simmons, you want to use everyone, especially with the style of play that they showcase, where they're going up and down, they're trying to play fast. You go as hard as you can, and then you know you're going to have a breather in a few minutes.
Harriel had trouble controlling. It wasn't a travel because she didn't have full control. Bartholomew in transition. Not a clean block. Got her with the body, but impressive by Grace Hall. The elevation to get over the top.
Yeah, she's timing it. It looks pretty clean to me. Might have got her body right there, but the initial contact with the ball, a great job timing it by Hall. Trying to get a block, but just showing off that athleticism, her length, the way that she can time, the ability to jump. I mean, she's an athletic player that's doing a little bit of everything right now for SMU.
So this is a good look at, what SMU has to offer this season. They're not a small team because they have good length across the board. They don't have that true post presence, but then you've got the 5 out there like Grace Hall who can run the floor and hit the 3. It's going to make them a tough cover against some teams.
When you have athletic players, they're tenacious, they're bought into the defensive side of the ball, that can cover up a lot of things that you lack, like the size. And so right now, we're not seeing that because they're doing so many other things that are impressive on the defensive side.
Grambling is out rebounding SMU 21-17, notably. Now coming across midcourt, that was the 5th team foul on Grambling of the quarter. Goes on Sanyah Nunn. It's her first. So with Grambling over the limit, Sanyah Brown to the line. 2 times she was first team, all Ohio Valley. One of 3 Skyhawks at UT Martin all time with 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 100 blocks. And she did it in just 3 seasons. All out with those 2 fouls. Miriam Abizim had a good first quarter. Back on for SMU as the Mustangs have taken control with a big spurt during the second. And Grambling wants to get shots up within 7 seconds, but they're just not meeting that objective today.
I'm not sure how many shots they have got up in the first 7 seconds. Not a lot, if any. A credit to SMU. They're that one-on-one defense on the ball in the first 2 passes, or your denial if you're 1 pass away, and so that's making it difficult for Grambling to initiate anything.
Brown. It's been her game for the last few moments, and they'll call it a jump ball here as Brown was turning the corner. She got packed. Jump ball in favor of the Tigers here. Give a steal to Sanyah Nunn, her 2nd of the game. 3rd steal. Meanwhile, for SMU, they've got 8 steals as a team, and don't look now, but Kyla Deck has 5 steals in this game already.
Yeah, that's really impressive. That just tells you right there, she is a menace on the defensive side of the floor.
On this long rebound, good job to undercut her by Nunn. Living on the edge, could have been a blocking foul, but she's able to take the charge instead, and Kyla Deck is whistled for foul number 1 today. An early start, and there's why. It's Education Day. You can hear it. Good rotation, mid-range jumper fired in for Nicole Sandifer. She calls herself a mid-range sniper on X, and you can see why.
Sanyah, for a player that played some minutes last year, didn't start much, but knew her role coming in off the bench, and she is someone that just continues to understand the system and is just trying to get better and better.
Good job to crash by a Bizim and 3 in the lane. She just didn't get out fast enough after her tireless work on the 2 offensive rebounds. Time to get Zara King back into the matchup. She's been excellent. SMU has 3 players with 10 points apiece, and King is one of those.
Well, that's what you like, the balance that you're seeing from SMU. They don't even have Ty Skinner playing in this one, who averaged close to 17 points last year at Arizona State. But the Mustangs, it could be anyone on any given night. They're still trying to figure out who that one reliable player might be, and it might not be someone, and that might be a strength for SMU, that it could be someone different every single game.
Exactly. SMU safely into the front court. Don't leave Harriel alone, because she can do that right there. Shot over 40% from 3 for Stanford last season, and SMU up by 24.
Yeah, the 4th player now to knock down a 3. Coach Barnes warned us, they like offense, they like to shoot the 3. They're gonna let it fly, and she was not lying.
Sanyah Harriel.
Just a nice rotation, finding your spot. You like the spacing you're seeing from SMU, and she had all the time in the world to knock that down.
Harriel originally from the Sacramento area, Antelope High School, where she scored more than 2,300 points in her career and knocked down almost 300 threes for her high school career, and she's carried that through. Two shots for Harriel after Grambling commits the foul, and they're over the limit. Harriel 2 of 2 at the foul line. Make it 3 of 3. Harriel 8 double-figure scoring games in her career. Well on her way to number 9. She's up to 7 points. SMU has not scored 100 points in a game since 1999 as Dushan Preen skips to the hole. SMU able to re-attack. King in the air, misses on the double clutch. Thompson kicks it to herself in the corner, but Redmond runs it down, loses it to Zara King, and SMU will slow it down just a bit.
Yeah, smart decision right there, realizing they didn't have the numbers, pull it back out and call something.
Deck was open in the corner, couldn't get her the ball. Johnson has the steal. Simmons flying up the floor and blocked out by Anaya Brown. Out of nowhere, Brown with a rejection.
Man, what a block right there. And really no reaction from Brown. She acted like no big deal. She does it all the time. Not even a smile. She's still laser focused and locked in.
Averaged more than 40 blocks a season in her 3 at UT Martin. Another miss from deep, a minute to go in the half. All SMU here in this quarter. SMU shooting 48%. King comes up short. Simmons crashes in for the rebound. SMU started this matchup with a 9-0 run. Really hasn't let off the gas much. And off the hedge, Thompson is called for the foul. That'll send Breen to the line. Third Mustang with 2 fouls. Dushan Breen, preseason All-SWAC. And as a junior was second in the SWAC in assists per game. That was 2 seasons ago. This is her graduate year. Also spent 3 seasons at Pensacola State. She had the COVID year mixed in there. Ariel up the floor to Deck. SMU safely across. Grambling trying to bring that Havoc-style defense. A negligible difference, game clock to shot clock. Ariel looking for the screen. Green right on her. Ariel Fakes left, goes right, kicks it out, tops an extra pass, three-pointer out of the corner, in and out, offensive rebound, Brown, and she is hacked. With .1 on the clock, and goes to the line after the offensive board.
Great timing right there. SMU gets that initial shot off. They don't make it, but allow just enough time for an offensive rebound and a potential putback. Brown now, with just .1 seconds, she has a chance to add 2 points before the Mustangs go to the locker room.
Here's a great part about Brown's game is she gets to the line a lot, more than 100 times a year on average, and she normally makes her free throws 77% in her career.
Well, the Mustangs today have done a really nice job at the free throw line. 14 of 15 from the charity stripe.
We'll take it. The overall shooting numbers look fantastic. The SMU Mustangs up on Grambling 46-22 at the half. A workmanlike effort for the Mustangs against the visiting Tigers.
Yeah, the points off turnovers giving SMU almost half of their points. A nice
second half. Along with Austin Ivan and Brianna Sorensen, I'm John Little. Great to have you with us in Dallas at David B. Miller Court. The SMU Mustangs outscored Grambling 26-13 in the second quarter to take a commanding lead. Great movement of the basketball. Paris, a wide open look, misses on the three, but an offensive rebound by Brown.
Well, first possession, Grambling comes out in the zone, and that's harder to block out and find someone to put your body on when you're in that zone, and SMU taking advantage. 2
offensive rebounds already for the Mustangs as Kyla Deck is the latest one to come up with 1. Harris gets hedged out top by Redmond, lobs it into the corner. King skips it out. Deck catch and shoot from straight up top. Misses on it. Offensive rebound and the stick back behind her head by Grace Hall.
That possession, a minute to start. I mean, SMU gets the ball, they take their time, they get a shot, they miss it, they get an offensive rebound, they do it again. I mean, that's credit right there, the patience that you saw on the first possession going up against that zone defense that they didn't see much of in the first half.
None missing on the three for Grambling as they're still having trouble finding the bottom of the bucket from outside. That is 0 of 16 from three-point land. Preen sees a lane and drives right through it. Dushan Preen on the board for the first time in the second half. Let's go to Brianna Sorensen. She got to talk to Courtney Simmons, the head coach at Grambling, at the half.
Yeah, I spoke to Coach Simmons, and she said the main thing they need to do differently in this second half is take care of the ball on offense. She said she knows that the Mustangs, that they like to have points off of turnovers, and we can see that the Mustangs currently have 19 points off of turnovers versus Grambling's 8. So she said they really need to focus on those turnovers to make sure that they can handle the ball. She said she does like their shot selection. She said she wouldn't change that. They told them to do the same thing on offense. They just need to take care of the ball. And as you can see, she said a lot of these, stats are similar. Their points off, turnovers are similar, rebounding similar. They just need to be able to handle the ball on offense.
Stick back by Renaya Nunn. Thank you so much, Bree. And so at Grambling, sounds like Coach Simmons has them playing the way she wants them to. The execution, final execution just hasn't been there. And as Grambling outscores SMU 4-2 within the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter, the Mustangs call timeout.
Everyone brought air mattresses and bean bags. They slept right there in the gym. They had crock pots going with gumbo and roast plate games, and just talked about what the G for Grambling really means to them. She said the goal is to help her players understand what it means to represent something bigger than themselves, to protect home court, and to trust the person next to them. Simmons laughed and said it may have not been the most glamorous night, but that night her players learned what Grambling pride is all about. But Austin, I wanted some of that gumbo that they made.
Hey, yeah, so do I. I thought Coach Simmons was going to bring us some. I think if we have a home game and we are on a broadcast there, I know she would have the great hospitality, but on the road she wasn't able to bring it with her. But I was really hoping we were going to get some of that gumbo. But I do have to say, some of your core memories from college, they're not the actual games. That's not between the lines. It's what you're doing off the court as a team, in the locker room, on your off days, on the road trip. So I guarantee you all those players, that lock-in is going to be something they remember once they get out of college.
What's the weirdest place you ever spent the night?
I mean, I guess in the airport when you have a
I guess so.
delayed flight, cancel flight, you're trying to leave West Virginia, get back to Stillwater, and it's bad weather, it's January, and you sleep there for a few hours and hope the plane can get out the next morning.
I've never had the pleasure of sleeping all night in the airport. One of these days, though.
You're not missing out.
One of these days. It's on my bucket list for sure. Low-scoring start to the second half. Defense has ruled the day. A little lack of execution here in the start of the third quarter. Throwing it up off the glass, none. By the way, number 11 in for the first time, Sanyah Jah for SMU. Player that started her career at South Carolina, on to Arizona, and now here to SMU. Definitely a lot of talent. John not able to find the ball there. Green weaving through traffic, a 3-on-2. Fakes left, goes right, pull-up shot. Bottoms for Ariana Mosley.
A great possession right there for Grambling. Green going in between three defenders and then pushing it up the floor, finding her open teammate. Those are more of the possessions you hope to see if you're Grambling here in the second.
A rare 6-0 run, but trying to stop it is Zara King, who takes matters into her own hands.
Green splitting the defenders. A nice, simple ball fake. Passing it, you love the spacing. You know the teammates, you're taught to run to the corners. Try to get all the way out so the defenders has to pick who they're gonna pick up. And right there, you take advantage in the open court. And now Grambling just continuing on this 6-0 run.
Green in the first half with an assist. That's her first assist of the second half as Zara King nails the first of 2 foul shots. King starting hot in this one for SMU with 7 points in the first quarter. 1 of 2 trip that time. Grambling able to claw back within 20, which doesn't sound like a small margin, but every little 6-0 burst definitely helps in their confidence.
Well, something Coach Simmons talked about, it doesn't matter if it's a 2-point game or a 20-point game, she's going to coach the same, she's going to bring that same energy. And when you have someone that's consistent like that, you know what you're going to get out of your coach. It makes the players play a little bit more free, and you can see they're doing that here in the second half. Finally,
a 3-pointer goes down for Zaria Johnson, the first of the season for Grambling. Good sharing for SMU, but Grace Hall not able to hit it right at the bucket. Ball did hit the rim, so the shot clock reset back to 20.
And Grambling sticking to the zone defense.
Aerial extra pass, Deck out of the corner, reigns in a triple.
That's how you get a team out of a zone defense. You knock down a couple shots and you force them to come out and defend you.
SMU trying the full court press and nearly worked for a bucket for Grambling, but the money blown by Griffin. Deck gets another look at an open 3. Raises off the rim. Harriel tracks it down. Now it's SMU on the offensive boards. Offensive rebound number 12 for the Mustangs. Harriel has 7 by herself. She'll try a 3 and nail it.
Expect about 25 three-pointers a game from SMU. They're at 20 right now. They might go above that here in the first game of the season, but it's a lot of three-point shooters. They're showing off everyone. You got to come out and defend because they can all shoot it.
It's going to be tough to guard for opponents, whether it be a non-conference or the ACC this year. SMU raining home the threes. Kyla Deck hitting 1. Harriel from up top.
To get out on those open shooters, and they just haven't been able to. That's the difference in the game right there. SMU has scored 24 points from behind the arc. Grambling has scored just 3 points. The Mustangs are up by 24 points in this game.
Great observation. She's Austin Ivan. Brianna Sorensen is here as well. I'm John Little. Hall Grabs the rebound. Here comes Jah up the floor. All the way inside, hits the shot and the foul. It was right there on the cusp of a block charge call, but the foul goes the way of SMU as Sanyah Jah hits her first two.
Yeah, it's never fun to take a charge, especially when you're a smaller player like I was on the floor. So credit to Preen trying to get in position, using her body, laying it on the line right there. But a nice job there by Jah, just taking it aggressively to the hoop, going to the outside angle, hitting the hip and drawing the foul.
So because Preen kind of slid over at the last moment that foul was called?
I think so. I think her feet were just moving. They weren't, have that wide base, not moving. Just the angle just ever so slightly makes the difference, and Jah gets the advantage because of it.
Quick turn to the glass, and it goes down for Ariana Mosley. Mosley in her third year with Grambling State. She has 4. King checks her feet, thought about the 3. Good closeout by Johnson, but too hard of a close, and she's called for the foul. But King is going to make you do that with the way she's shooting the 3 early in this game. For Johnson, it's her second foul, team foul number 3 on Grambling in the third quarter. Lower scoring quarter. 11 aside, Hall wasn't looking for it. Johnson gets into the passing lane, flies to the rack.
A great read right there by Johnson. You saw it in her eyes. She read the pass, a quick first step, able to jump through the passing lane.
Sanyah Johnson leads all Grambling scorers with 12. Jah a little bit out of control. She loses it out. And it's Tiger basketball after the turnover.
And Jah is someone we talked about we didn't see much of in the first half or any at all. And so now this is just her first few minutes of the game, where everyone else, they got those early game jitters out in the first half. So this is now Jah just trying to settle into her game.
Dia Barnes really loves what Sanyah Jah is doing on and off the court. She's got in a tough position here with the double team in the backcourt. Preen doesn't shoot a lot from outside. Over the top, good rebound by King in traffic. Trying to tie it up. Foul is called on Deborah Redmond. Redmond whistled for her third foul and team foul number 4 on Grambling in the third quarter. SMU breaks the press easily. Minutes to go in the third quarter. Season opener from Dallas, the opener of the Adia Barnes era after 9 seasons as the head coach at Arizona. Alina Paris played for her. Gives it up. Jah thought about the 3, double clutches, and she's fouled. And we'll head to the line on the 4th foul of the day on Deborah Redmond.
9 seasons for Coach Barnes at Arizona, but you think about it, she's coached in 3 different conferences in the last 3 years, which is pretty crazy to think about. The Pac-12, the Big 12, now the ACC. So she's seen a little bit of everything. She knows her college basketball.
Of course, in Pac-10 history, back then, she was the Pac-10 Player of the Year back in 97-98 when she played for Arizona. One of the top players in the history of that program. Also 12 years as a pro, including in the WNBA with Seattle, where she won a championship. She's done about everything you can do. She was ready for a change in scenery and thought Dallas was the perfect place to come. She and everybody around the program calling it a sleeping giant, the women's basketball program here at SMU.
Yeah, she said when this job came open, a no-brainer, one of the best decisions she's made in her life. And she loves Dallas, she loves the community, she loves everything that comes with SMU women's basketball. And so she's really excited about this team in this season.
Excited about filling up Moody as well as Jah twirls to the rack with that quick first step.
Coach told us she's someone that I was willing to take another chance on, give her another opportunity. I saw her potential. I know what she's capable of. And when you see plays like that, those are just glimpses of what Coach sees every day in practice.
Jump ball. It'll stay right here. Yeah, for Sanyah Jah, she started her career at South Carolina. It didn't end well there. She was suspended for the second half of the season 2 years ago, but Adia Barnes reached out to Dawn Staley, asked Dawn Staley, I mean, is this a player worth taking a chance on? And Dawn Staley said, absolutely. Adia Barnes believes in second chances. Gave Sanyah Jah one last year at Arizona and now here at SMU as well.
Yeah, a lot of youth, a lot of potential. I mean, she has room to grow, and I think the thing that Coach Barnes would like to see her grow the most in, and this is for every player, is on the defensive side of the ball because she demands so much from everyone.
It's going to be a travel on Grambling as Zaria Johnson was able to intercept that pass but ended up on the ground. Courtney Simmons, the third-year head coach of Grambling. Hall wide open on the inbound play, the assist to King. Balanced scoring continues for SMU. That's 14 for Grace Hall, a new game high. SMU establishing that 26-point advantage. Mosley whips it inside. Athletic catch by Johnson, but comes up short. Rebound to Hall for SMU. Mustangs have numbers if they hurry. King will force the issue. Poked away. Ja recovers. She has her eyes on the goal. That's 8 for Sanyah Jah, all in the quarter.
And that's what we're talking about. Coach Barnes believed in her. She knew what she could do, and just really impressed with Ja right there. She's creating those opportunities for herself. She's able to find a way to get a basket in an unconventional way.
And one for Monica Marsh, the hometown kid, cutting to the basket and finishing at 5'5".
Coach Simmons pointed out 4 players who she thought could be stars for this team that weren't with the program last year. Monica Marsh, one of those who adds a scoring punch, is a workhorse, just a steady player with poise on the floor, but Redmond was the other one she pointed out.
King comes up with the steal. She'll go! Glass! Hit it and one! SMU getting out and running. That is 14 fast break points for the Mustangs.
The kids are on their feet after this one. They're having some fun at this kids game, educational day. A great way to show that she can initiate the contact and still finish through it. What a play, showing off her athletic ability.
Zara King, athleticism is right. She ties her career high of 13, accomplishing that against Austin Peay in December of last year for her previous school, California. And now she's got a new career high thanks to the and one. Quite a debut for Zara King. Flashes of what's to come for the Mustangs. SMU has hit their last 6 field goals. Bartholomew goes inside. Johnson blocked the first time, grabs her own miss and scores.
Another offensive rebound, Grambling up to 22, but I do think SMU has done better here in the third quarter of not allowing so many of those second chance looks.
What was it at the break? 16 offensive rebounds, so just 6 here in the third quarter. Deck holds it to the end of the quarter, and after 3, the SMU Mustangs welcoming Adia Barnes to town. And
opportunities for herself, getting to the free throw line. She's knocked down 3 shots. I mean, really impressive in her debut.
Goodness gracious, what a tone setter. Comes away with a steal here in the full court breakout. Couldn't get it to go, but an Energizer bunny, just instant energy off the bench.
Instant impact right away. I love the jaw dropping. That was a good one.
Thanks. My dad taught me those puns really, really well. Ja has a mismatch inside against Bartholomew. Dumps it off. Great idea. Just off the hands of Filchigina.
Yeah, that was the right read right there. You see the double team, you initiate that, you pass it off. Didn't get the 2 points, but that's exactly what you want in that decision-making moment.
So SMU establishing a 27-point lead. Johnson thought about the three, drives in, no help side coming, and she takes advantage. 16 for Sanyah Johnson to tie her career high. Jah up the floor, talk about a rim run, no, Paulina Paris locked out of bounds.
I just said Jah's in the best shape of her career. She's running the floor, she's beating everyone up the court, calling for the ball. She is making the most of her debut here in the second half.
Now the ball finding her every single moment, it feels like. Paris going baseline, trying to finish and fouled. Paris has gotten better going to her left. We saw that in the exhibition matchups. Got to the line a lot. She has a chance to do so here. Adia Barnes saying, why is she shooting the ball with her right hand while she's going left? Always a coach, always a coach.
Yeah, never gonna stop coaching.
But Paulina Paris, some great growth for her in several places. One is defensively, another one is as a vocal leader as well.
I think that's the biggest thing. You come in, it's a completely new team, but you know what Coach Barnes wants. You're able to be a leader on the court. As the point guard, as someone that is orchestrating the offense, you have to have that vocal leadership, and Paulina Paris provides that.
Somebody got a souvenir Sanyah Jah in their lap, right on the front row. Nearly created a turnover. Number 11 is everywhere.
And you're talking about the balls finding her. That's usually rewarded for players who play so hard, and with that energy that she has right now, good things are coming her way.
One of the most highly recruited players coming out of high school that SMU has on this roster. She was number 40 on the ESPN list a few years ago. Paulina Paris was in the 20s when she came out and started her career at North Carolina as Jah gets bumped off her drive.
Right now, Jah has the mindset every time she touches the ball, she is going to turn, get to the basket, and score, and you love that mentality.
Adia Barnes just knows how athletic, aggressive, and energetic she is. Jah continues to do work, just couldn't hit inside. A little bit strong on the lay-in attempt. She's a tough matchup, though, as a four. She's faster than most fours are going to be.
Yeah, I like her quick first step. She's able to handle the ball a little bit when she gets at the high post. She's not afraid to put it on the floor.
Really, right now, she's probably playing the three. Comes in for the rebound. Great idea out to Paris. Gliding to the bucket for two.
And she finishes with her left hand on that one.
There you go. Paulina Paris, her first field goal in an SMU uniform. Rebound falls down to Filchigina. Here comes Jah, 2-on-1. Jah, one-track mind. The pull-up J goes down. She's in double figures all here in the second half.
Yeah, she had Paris open in the corner, but the way she's playing right now, she is in such a groove, and you continue that with the rhythm right there, rhythming into that shot.
Mosley had the height advantage and able to roll it home. Mosley has 6 all in the second half. A little more up and down here in the fourth quarter after a third that was a little bit stunted. SMU has scored at least 20 in every quarter, and a timeout taken with 7:38 left in the fourth quarter, and SMU.
Someone who knows the system, sets the tone, and fits perfectly in what Barnes calls a special program we're building here in Dallas.
And Coach Barnes doesn't have captains for this season, but I have a feeling if she would have picked them, Paulina Paris could have been one of them, just because she knows her system, she understands what it takes to play for Barnes, and she has been someone that's been the most consistent for SMU throughout the summer.
And SMU is going to kind of have a captain of the week based on, you know, living up to the standards of the program, how you practice, you know, how you lead and engage during the week, which obviously is a little bit different, but especially for a program trying to establish itself It's a really interesting way to go and a good way to go for Adia Barnes.
It's different and unique, but I like it, and I think it's the right approach with the team when it's completely new players. No one really knows each other. They're all veterans, so they can all be a captain and use their voice in different ways, and I think that's what Coach Barnes is looking to do that with this captain of the week type of situation she's going with for the year.
It's Austin Ivan along with Brianna Sorensen. I'm John Little. 30-point lead for SMU. This is their largest advantage of the afternoon. SMU scored the first 9 of the game. Haven't looked back. Jah moves it along to Brown. Got caught underneath. Grambling still trying to get out in transition and shoot within 7 seconds. This time they do. Rebound knocked around after the missed 3 by Bartholomew, or rather by Rippon, and it's going to stay with Grambling.
One of the things we talked about at the beginning of the day is laying the foundation, and right now the game is getting a little out of hand now. SMU's lead up to 30 points, but you still want to create those daily habits and try to build off that. Finish this game strong so you can carry that in to your next game. So still ways that you can get better, and right there, just their second three-pointer of their game, that's a bright spot.
But Bartholomew, very, very capable. He's out of Toronto. Great player at Gulf Coast State, a first-team junior college All-American after averaging 15, 6, and 6. Skip out to Thompson. She rains home the 3. Ayana Thompson joins the three-point party.
Yeah, no surprise. Grambling knocks down a 3, but SMU responds with one of their own.
Ayana Thompson out of DeSoto High School, just a little south of Dallas. SMU back up by 30. Crowd really getting into it now. Kyla Deck makes the steal. It's her 6th of the day. Deck, great body control, lays it in past Johnson.
More times than not, Grambling has shot in the last 7 seconds of the shot clock instead of the first 7 seconds like they want. That possession, though, right there, they do get an early shot, and they make the most of it, knocking it down.
Kyla Deck in transition. Nobody picks her up. And Kyla Deck continues her outstanding debut for the Mustangs. Back up to 18 points on the day. Kyla Deck's career high 34. It came as an SFA Lumberjack against ACU in 2024.
That basket right there created because of the defense getting a steal, and then this one right here off a make basket, but SMU still pushes it up the floor quickly. Kyla Deck ready to shoot, and she knocks it down.
He's leading the offensive and defensive charge today. Bartholomew. How about the hot hand of Aaliyah Bartholomew? She's made her last 3 triples. Full court pressure, but Jah, the fake out, takes it, makes it, and one. Sanyah Jah, right down Broadway.
Number one thing you got to do is pick up the ball. Someone has to stop Jah. No one does. She takes it from one end to the other, splits the defenders to the rim, a 3-point play opportunity.
Can they call that press breaker the jaw breaker, maybe? Remember that, Candy? Is that a step too far?
No, I like it, and I think it worked. I mean, it was easy, simple. Give the ball to Jah. You stay in the middle of the floor. No one picks you up. She has the handles with her size. Long steps, strides all the way to the rim.
Unbelievable what she's done in a short time on the floor. Jah, in only 12 minutes of work, has 14 points. Gets a little wrap right above the knee. And we'll have the free throw. Sixth double-figure game of her career. Jah showing off and showing out in her Mustang debut. SMU's largest lead. Bartholomew's been the hot hand. Bartholomew cut off by Deck. Contact, shot doesn't go, but Bartholomew heads to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, right now that needs to be your #1 focus and priority on defense if you are SMU, containing Bartholomew, because she has done it all for Grambling here in the 4th quarter with her 10 points.
I'll be sensing that Deck's a little bit winded with her 18 points and 6 steals. She'll come out of the game. She also leads the team in assists today with 4. Bartholomew hits on the first. Last season, first 7 games of the year, she was with Delaware, but left the team early in the season. Found a home at Grambling instead, and in her first game with the Tigers, she's in double figures. Doing it all in the 4th quarter, too.
And that was another one of the players that Coach talked about is going to be a star for this team. She pointed out that she thinks she can make an instant impact.
Proof right there. Grambling will have a few days off before going to Denton to play the Mean Green. The post dump off, King inside, Hall couldn't handle it, regains the edge and is fouled. And goes to the line.
Hey, it's the 4th quarter. It's the first game of the season. I know these players have been doing a ton of conditioning and work in the off season, but game experience and playing a full basketball game is different and something you just can't simulate in practice. And so they're still trying to get their footing, trying to get that basketball shape going here in game 1. But they are giving it their all, and that's what both these coaches are asking for, is the energy.
Well, Sanyah Johnson brought the energy for Grambling today, and she fouls out with her 16 points and 7 rebounds in 27 minutes of work. Johnson with a good start to her season. Meanwhile, Grace Hall had double digits in the first half. 15 for the game, 1 of 2 on that trip, but SMU as a team still shooting really well from the free throw line at 82%. Hanging floater by Nunn, falls off. Brown is attacked in the backcourt. If the Mustangs can get out of pressure. 2-on-1. Harris sets up in the corner. Instead, it's Thompson. Thompson. Now, Grambling recovers defensively with 10 to shoot. Harris into the lane. Cups it, can't hit it. Brown with those long arms, foul. She'll have a couple shots. For the SMU Mustangs, the competition ramps up on Saturday as SMU brings Kansas State to town. Vaunted program out of the Big 12 and make it back-to-back Big 12 games. Heading to Lubbock on November the 13th to play Texas Tech. On the road at Grand Canyon, always a difficult team to play, especially in Phoenix. And North Texas here in Denton on November 22nd, where they take on St. Louis on November the 25th.
It's all about the daily process of getting better, and there's going to be lots of opportunities for Coach Barnes' team to do that and challenge themselves with a schedule like that to start off the year.
Yeah, going right into the deep end with Kansas State. There's Jeff Mitty and the coaching staff watching right now, trying to figure out how to break down SMU on Saturday. Jah comes in for the rebound. Jah's been a spark plug off the bench in the second half, trying to take it the whole way herself, and even a little bit out of control. She's fouled again and has a chance to add to her total. Seems like a player, if you can keep her on the floor, man, she can be an absolute monster this year for SMU.
Yeah, I seeing her last year, I think she has really improved her game in every aspect. Overall, just got so much better, from the dribbling to defensively to the shot making to the decision making. I mean, just a little bit of everything. She has improved and has made huge strides coming into the season.
Shooting the free throws well. She's 7 of 8 at the line for a career 53% foul shooter as Grambling takes a timeout. Coming up for the Tigers.
A little bit of a different approach. You still want to be challenged and tested in your non-conference, but you want to be feeling good about yourself going into conference play, because their ultimate goal, like we talked about, is get to the SWAC conference championship game. That is their #1 priority. And how do they do that? They just try to get a little bit better and stay healthy every day.
They're picked 5th in the league. They certainly have the talent to win it all. That's their path to the NCAA tournament, of course, in that one-bid league. Harris with a hand in her face, puts it up anyway. Rebound tracked down by Mosley for Grambling. 2.5 to play. Outside chance for SMU to hit 100. They haven't since 1999.
A couple quick threes. It's definitely doable with this team and with who's on the floor.
Nunn stepping into one and raining in a mid-range jumper. That is 4 points for the second-year transfer out of Troy. SMU has not let up on the offensive end, scoring at least 20 in every quarter. 23 here in the fourth to extend the lead. And with Grambling over the limit, more free throws for SMU with 2:02 to play.
Yeah, you love the consistency you see there. 20, 26, 22, 23. They were steady the entire game, found ways to get shots, were effective and efficient. Shot above 40% pretty much the entire game. They're at 48 right now. So those are really, really positive things to take away in game one.
Paulina Paris, part of the Jordan Brand national team. Back in 2022, hits 1 of 2. SMU by 32. Mustangs don't have any walk-ons to bring off the bench or anything like that. They're playing everybody that's available today. Drop off for Shania Nunn for another bucket. Harris around the screen. And foul inside. Ibizum had the rug pulled out from under her, and she'll have a chance at the line. Ibizum had a good start to this one. Really energetic off the bench as the first big into the game in the first quarter. In her career at Oakland, 61 games, 50 of them starts. Last year averaging a little over 5 points and 6 rebounds a game. They've stepped over the line anyway on the first one, so it wouldn't have counted had she made it. We'll have one more. 0-for-2 trip with a $1:35 to play.
Getting to the free throw line 35 times, though, I mean, that is the recipe to success. That's showing you are aggressive. You're trying to get to the rim. You're trying to get easy looks, and you're drawing fouls. If you can get there 35 times and shoot over 80%, you're going to win a lot of games.
Here's Mosley turning the corner. Which again is the one to knock it out for SMU with a $1:17 to play. Yeah, SMU showing a lot of aggressiveness for most of the night. As the shot does not go, and somehow Jah comes up with that rebound. I don't know how she did it. Springs Paris up the floor for 2. Sanyah Jah doing a little bit of everything in the second half for SMU. Rebounding, steals, assists. Count the bucket. On the run for Monica Marsh, and her cheering section is there. But there's the player of the second half, Sanyah Jah, who has come on strong with her 17 points, showing up all over the scoreboard. Monica Marsh with double figures. Free throw as well. Marsh is second-team All-American at Trinity Valley Community College last year. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists a game. Another foul on Grambling, and immediately Ariana Mosley knows that's going to be it for her, her 5th of the day. Second Grambling Tiger to foul out.
Still got a chance to get to 100.
Could get there.
Interesting shot for him here on the free throw. The left hand completely off the ball. You always, learn to shoot with one hand, but your left hand stabilizes it, and she completely takes it off, which is a unique approach.
He's missing on both. But really good arc on the shots.
Maybe some future Mustangs.
Oh, for sure. Sanyah Jah is the Mustang of today. Great stop in transition. Long lead pass, Marsh ahead of the pack for 2. Yeah, Sanyah Jah just unrelenting in the second half. 19 points, all after the break. Shot clock is off. Unless Marsh goes ahead and fouls Paris, this may be over. Oh, but it's going to be an offensive foul. And a final opportunity for Grambling. Teams are not done trading blows, evidently. But in the opener of the Adia Barnes era, there is a lot to like for the SMU Mustangs. A wire-to-wire victory today against Grambling. 5 players in double figures. SMU shoots 50% from the floor, gets to the line 37 times, and Adia Barnes has win number 1.